So happy Sunday, y'all. I am just so ecstatic just to know y'all. This is number 5. Outstanding, like self-care. Um, like y'all just don't realize how much of a commitment this is for me. And my spontaneous lifestyle, like I'm the girl who gets up and say, let's go do this. Let's go do this. And y'all, with this here, y'all just don't understand. Like, it forces me to have to do things earlier and earlier and completely way earlier. So, just going to bring you all up to speed on my last week. So let me bring up my notes. Because y'all, this is like a real thing for me. This is a real thing for me. And it's so funny because when I was posed to even do this and to commit to doing this, I had to think about, like, am I going to be able to fit this into my lifestyle and how would this work for me? But I also, too, realized that I have to do this because in this season of my life, I, too, need to prepare for my own self-care day to day. So this whole journey here, it's not only just to help to be more transparent and to let people know that this is real stuff that happens with real people, because people always feel like your life is so put together because you can look like your life is put together. But mine, y'all, I have a lot of bumps in the roads, just like a lot of people. I just choose to not to have to display it with the way that I look day to day. So last week, y'all, last week, let's just going back and recapping last week. So last week, unplugging for yourself for an hour each day. I put it in the group last week, like I was challenged. And it was because of me, because I didn't stick to the commitment of doing what it is that I have to do for myself and not putting others first. I'm looking on my other phone, y'all, so I can see the messages as they pop up, because for some reason when I'm on my iPad, I can never see the messages. So let me try to hit this. Okay, that's crazy. All right, but that's not working either. So that's what I'm looking at. So if you're looking at what I'm looking at, I'm actually looking at my notes, and then I too am looking at to see if I can make sure that I'm seeing things as it pop up, because I don't want to ignore y'all. But thank you for joining this morning. All right, so yeah, last week, y'all, I had a test. I had a real test. So I didn't unplug for an hour. Well, I did unplug. I attempted to unplug, but I left my phone on. And my phone is like the largest distraction for me. As an entrepreneur, as a mother, as a friend, as a cousin, as a daughter, my phone is, and as a sister, my phone is my largest distraction. And this I know. So when I unplug, like I set my time aside, I said, this is what I'm going to do this time. And this is all CC time. But y'all, I left this phone on. Worst thing ever. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, perfect. I nailed it. But Thursday, I left it on. And your unplugging time should be a time for you in whatever time zone that works for you. So mine's, for me, some days it's early in the morning and some days it's late at night. And because the world now it's busy 24 hours a day, I don't care what nobody say. I remember my times in corporate America, I would work late, 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, because everybody would be asleep, and I knew when I sent out emails, sent out communication, no one would respond. But now, everybody's up at all times. So I'll just give y'all a real quick roll up of what happened. I left my phone on. I'm sitting here in my time. I'm doing the stuff for me at this time, and yeah, it was a client. What I had to learn, and then talking to my coach last week, and then also speaking to my counselors, what I had to learn was, when you pull away from you, you have to be extremely committed to being stingy no matter what's going on. If it's not a fire, it doesn't matter. If no one's dying, or no one has died, or no one is dead, it can wait. So I didn't turn my phone off, and like all my clients are like my favorite peoples. Like I get something from every client that I serve. I have fun with all my clients. So one of my favorite people messaged me. I found myself responding back. Okay, I had to put on my phone a quick response to make sure people text me. It goes out, hey, I'm right now in an appointment. I'm not able to respond to you, but hey, go ahead and communicate via text. So my client did not get that response from me, and I entangled 2 words first. Unfortunately, when you start to entangle with conversating with anyone and they start to respond, and then you're responding, that removed the CC's time because CC got totally distracted. So last week in my Thursday, I failed myself because I did not do what I said I have to do. Turn these smartphones, turn your devices on Do Not Disturb. Turn it on. Because if you're trying to really focus on you, and that was my focus, like my hour, it's like my power hour, CC hour is something I'm dedicated to just CC. Not my husband, not my friends, not my children. Nope, it's for CC because that's where the time I get myself together and I untangle a lot of things that are going in my head. And sometimes when you have so much stuff going on in your head, y'all, that creates anxiety. So I allowed it to happen, but I recapped and caught myself back up. But Thursday, unfortunately, it was doomed. So I couldn't recapture Thursday. So Friday, I nailed it. Saturday, I nailed it. Today, I'm going to nail it. So last Sunday, as you all know, I did go to the Beltline, and I so enjoyed it. I had great exercise time. I had great girl time. I had great unplugged time from just the world, and I got involved with just nature and being around people. I'm a whole people watcher, y'all. I watch people. It's an enjoyment for me because I'm always looking at not only just hair, but I look at style, I look at swag, I look at communication, I look at how people engage with each other. So that's like one of the things that I do for me. And in my people watching time, I so loved it and I so enjoyed it. So I'm gonna announce something before this chat and this conversation is over. So last week I did get caught up. If you got caught up, or if this is something that you're trying to do it because it's only going to be gratifying for you when this is complete and when you master this thing. I don't think it'll ever be complete, but when you learn how to master it, it'll be so gratifying to you. Because like the first few days, I was like, oh, so this really does work. Now, don't get caught up like me. Turn the distractions off. Doing the puzzles, oh my God, it worked my brain. I will belittle myself, y'all, a lot. And I'm like, oh, that was the dumb CC over there. Can't think. So I was doing a lot of crossword puzzles, and I have really realized I forgot how to spell a lot of words. Y'all know smartphones and technology has really stopped us from thinking because Siri and everything always populate things for us. So in my time of doing my puzzles, I started realizing, girl, you can't even spell no more. Like, you putting the words and the letters in the wrong places. So doing those puzzles is something that I'm doing in my time daily. I remember back in the day. Okay, y'all know I'm a 70s baby. Yep, I'm a 70s baby. But I can always remember like the hierarchies or the high societies, like in my family. They always did crossword puzzles, or they had different crossword puzzles, or they had different things to stimulate their mind. Now, one of my bougie aunties, I used to always wonder, why should I do crossword puzzles? But now I get it. It's amazing to keep your mind and your brain moving and not always dependent on this social media. So part of this is a CC thing, is to continue to do that just to keep my mind stimulated. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to do that every day. I can't. My schedule is a little too bombarded. But what I will tell you is I am making it a part of at least 3 times out of 7 days a week. I'm going to entangle in crossword puzzles. Now, I don't want to become so addicted to it to where I have to put it on my schedule. But I may tell you this. What I found myself doing my crossword puzzles was at my bedtime. All right, so like before I go to bed, I always make it a point to watch something funny in the morning when I get up. I always make it a point to watch something funny before I go to sleep. Because truth be told, y'all, a lot of things that our older generations used to tell us, if you laugh before you go to sleep, you're going to have pleasant dreams and your dreams are going to be a peace. If you laugh when you get up in the morning, say your prayers, you're already setting the trajectory of your day. You're going to laugh. You're going to remove all of the grumpy things that may have already incurred from the day before, 2 days before, because our brains never really stop. Our brains come at a pause, but it never really stops. So you're always thinking about those things. So I make it a point in my life to laugh before I go to sleep and to laugh when I wake up. And it sets my tone. Unfortunately, some people don't understand that those small tidbit things that they do work, and you have to program your mind. So that's like one of the things that I'm programming. So my puzzling time, it's been coming at my nighttime, and in corporate America I found myself programming my mind to listening to business things before bed and listening to business things throughout the course of the day. But in doing that, I programmed my mind to be this soundproof business entrepreneur and can never check out of business mode and work mode. So I had to tap back into CC, and that's what I'm doing now. I'm tapping back into CC because I became a robot. Like, for real, it's so funny. And now that I sit back and I listen to my husband, I listen to my children, it's work. It's all about work. So those are the things that I have to go back and unlearn, and I have to reinstill into my life, and to put family, fun, and not just always trying to chase whatever your business, sorry about that, y'all, whatever it is that your business is, or whatever the business of you is. Because again, you'll check into that and you'll stay in that, but you'll disengage from other things. So that too has been something that I have really learned about me. So if you did anything, I have beginning to see a lot of people would message me, don't message me. Y'all put it in the group. That's why I'm starting. That's why this community is here, so that we too can help somebody else. Now, unfortunately, y'all know we girls. We're all girls. We don't like to really admit that somebody else could be helping us, or we don't really be as transparent as we should be. So put it in the group, because you don't know who in this community that you will help. There are ladies in here that are going through some things, and I will not say out loud, but don't message just me. I'm not the corporal of how to do all this stuff. I'll be honest. There are so many other people that have so many different things and strategies that they have messaged me on, and I'm like, put it in the group. It works for everybody. I'm not the smartest, y'all. No. I just put this community together because I do come in contact with a lot of ladies, and I do understand the need for it. So when you have something that you're doing, and don't always share the good stuff, y'all. Y'all saw last week I had to come to y'all real clean, real clear, and real correct. Now, mind you, my friends, my family, a lot of my girlfriend clients, a lot of people that I do business with, they're in this group. But just for them to get that tune up on, Cece is tuning herself up, don't come for me, because this is the things that I'm doing. Now, the funny thing is, they're beginning to see the growth, and they're beginning to see the change. And honestly, it's perfectly okay with me. I want them to see that, because I want them to do the same thing for them, because y'all, we become so robotic in this technology world. It's so amazing to see this. And our children, it's already there. This is their generation. So unfortunately, our children will be there. But it's sad to say we have become so technology driven. Let me say me. I have become so technology driven that everything I do is calendars in my phone. My personal businesses are in my phone. My to-do is in my phone. Everything is all about my technology, and I'm trying to pull those things away and just walking, just living, having fun, and being in La La Land and CC Land, and just being free from a lot of things and not being so constricted to having to do these things. So if you did anything last week, because I saw some comments last week, thank you. What it did for me, y'all, it actually consoled me to let me know that I wasn't by myself, and that there are a lot of other people who are doing the exact same thing. So if you are going through some stuff, Put it in here. Just put it in here. It's okay. Now, the more transparent I am with y'all, the better I realize things, the easier it is for me to hurry up and pull myself back into the ram and say, let me fix this, let me correct this. Now, y'all know how we are. Y'all know we don't tell everything. Y'all know we're real private. But that was like my generation. Don't you say nothing about what goes on this house outside in the streets. Man, forget that. I had to tell my parents. And y'all know I talk to my father daily, okay? Like, I think I'm a daddy's girl, but I think I'm not a daddy's girl because I always felt my daddy was the meanest person in the world. But truth be told, I think I am a daddy's girl. But I always tell my dad now, like, you kind of messed me up. And it's a tough conversation like that with my dad. Like, you kind of put me in a box. And now as the world has shifted, he like, yeah, I did put you in a box. But my dad taught me so many different things about just being strong, being tough, like not taking a whole lot of stuff. But my mom also supported that. So learning to not take things always so serious, I didn't get a whole lot of that instilled. I got all of the serious stuff instilled in me. Even to my grandparents. My grandfather was a little more easier at things, but my mom, my dad, my grandmother, they were all like really, really focused here. And I used to find myself sneaking to do things, but I realized it's because I was so constricted to doing things with ease, to where I took that on as a person, I took that on as a parent, I took that on as a wife, I took that on. It's like now I am trying to unlearn those things and unwind some of those things because sometimes they put you in a place and you're really, really stuck there. So going back and just doing those small things like putting CC time in CC perspective and removing everything else away from me around the world. Like so many things would agitate me because it's not aligned. I also too learned that, y'all, if it ain't planned, if it's not pre-orchestrated, it drives me freaking nuts. Okay? It drives me nuts. Now, what does that cause for me? That happens a lot. My husband is a last minute. I gotta talk low, y'all, because he upstairs. I was just teasing. But my husband will do something at the last minute, and that drives me nuts. Oh my God. This morning, my son needed him to bring him some stuff. Now, we've already had our day planned. We're going to do this today. We're going to do this today. We're going to do this today. What I do not specifically put times on it because my husband's schedule and my schedule are a tad bit different, okay, on some days. So I never put times, but I always say this is what we're going to do on Sunday. Now, my son has thrown a curveball in this whole trajectory, y'all. So this morning, when I tell y'all, I've been out since probably 6 something this morning, want to do other people's stuff. And it kind of like threw me because I'm like, this drives me nuts because I have to plan my whole day out to get a lot of things done. Even just before I get on this call, to go to church, to do all these things. Not physically go to church, but to be in church and to be focused on church so that I get my feelings. So I realized that stuff drove me nuts. And in my CC Power Hour, I started unwinding and unfolding those things and saying, look, let me project things totally different so that I don't seem like that stiff person. Because when you can be so stiff, it turns people away from you. And I never want to turn anyone away from me. So this week, y'all, let's do something. And we're going to just keep focusing on things that's going to better our self-care. We're going to keep on focusing on things that better our self-care. And as I go on this journey, again, I'm taking y'all with me because I want you all to unfold and reveal some things to yourself as well and to learn some things about you, relearn you. So, eating mindfully. If you follow me on any other platforms, y'all know I am in day 32. I am in a fast with my church. What I gave up, and I'm giving it to y'all, but I wasn't really trying to publicize it on social media because everybody is not like spiritually inclined. Some people don't believe in Christianity. And just to keep myself in a comfortable place to where I don't feel like I'm getting bullied, or I don't have to have a debate with people about what I choose as my religion, like what I choose as my religion. I just chose to just put it up there. Some people catch it, some people don't. But eating mindfully, paying attention while you're eating, putting your phone away, avoiding reading or watching TV just while you're having a meal. Okay, so I learned this. Like I had to, like it's so much stuff I'm just learning. Um, in one of my tasks this morning with my husband, my uncle wanted my husband to pick up my son's vehicle. And on the journey to take my uncle back home, because I have to put that family time in everything that I do, because I started disengaging with family because I'm so busy with doing life and doing business to where I have to put that time back into my calendar. I learned that my father, they're very small built people. I do understand genetics, but I'll tell you this one thing about my uncle, one thing about my father, and some of the smaller people in our families, they chew all of their food up. Me, I'll have a working lunch and I'll gulp it down. And as you study and read things, you learn. The more you chew your food, the smaller your food is chewed in size, the easier it is for it to digest and to be distributed through your body appropriately. Chunks and bumps don't digest as well. Y'all go read it, go research it. But just doing that mindfully and not being distracted, it keeps your attention on the process. So eating mindfully is gonna be my theme for the week. And I want you to do it too. I'm gonna put up a little post, so whenever y'all see it on your timeline, it'll kind of pull you back into if you forget to do it. But eating mindfully, pulling away from everything and just eating your food, having your meal, and having that time to just think about some things that you want to think about as far as the way that you're eating or the food that you're eating, or to force you to eat the right things. So with my fast, I'm in day 32. Y'all, I haven't eaten any sweets, like no candies. I'm a candy bug. I love candy and sweets and stuff. But I haven't eaten candies and I haven't eaten meats. Now, and it's so funny that I just realized that each summer, I'm literally not eating meats because for some reason it doesn't feel like my body digests meats in the summertime. And I don't know if it's because of the heat, but I did not realize, and it just came to me a couple days ago, that my fast typically kickstarts this meat elimination for me for the summer. So I haven't eaten any meats in 32 days. I haven't eaten any sweets in 32 days. And as this fast ends, I'm going to go into another 40 days of removing something that I don't have to have, and then I'm just going to focus. I'm going to give it up. I'm going to submit to God more, and I'm going to really focus on it because it ain't about just exercising. I do understand the importance of exercising, but one of the biggest challenges I've had was aligning my eating habits. And y'all know what they say, what you eat is almost 80% of the way you want your body to look. 20% is the exercising. So I know once I kickstart this and I can stay focused on that, man, I'm going to be dynamic. I'm getting my mind together. I'm getting my physical body together. I'm getting the things that I need as far as brain activity together. I'm going to be unstoppable, okay? And CC head, okay? Again, this is all about CC self-care. So this week, y'all, this week, come on a journey with me. Eat mindfully. And as you're doing it, it's going to make you realize some things. Last night, I'm on the phone with my girlfriend. My snack, I sat there and ate a couple of mangoes. She was like, that's healthy. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Got my little mini bag of popcorn, and that was it. That was my snack. It wasn't the Oreos. It wasn't, y'all can show you candy dishes when you walk into my home. I got candy when you walk into my home. But it wasn't any of that. And what I am learning, I am becoming more disciplined, and focused on the things that I project and set my mind to. So, happy Sunday. I'm over 4 minutes. I'm going to end this, but come on a journey with me. I have still given myself some roses. I'm not doing it every day, but I'm giving myself some roses now. Every week I'm having new roses. What I have learned about my roses last week, y'all, they're still alive. Still alive. And now I don't have to buy them every week because my roses now are almost carrying me out for 2 weeks. But I am going to keep some fresh flowers and fresh roses in my presence every day. It's something that I am accountable for. And like I told you all, that my flower garden is another accountability and it gives me something to do. I'm an empty nester. So now I don't have anything to take care of. So I have Sasha, my dog, and I also have my flower garden. Y'all know I'm going to name my garden. When I put my garden together this year, what I did learn is a lot of the flowers that I bought them because they was pretty, they were attractive. I bought maybe 60% of the pretty flowers and 40% of the annuals. And I was just testing the theory. And what I realized is you wasted your money in those pretty flowers. Those annuals, they're already beginning to come back. So, just a learning curve. Have an excellent Sunday. Do you. Unplug for an hour. Today, I'm going to the Beltline again. Y'all, this was like really fun for me. It's not my neighborhood. It's not the street. It's forcing me to do some things that I know I want to do and I enjoy doing. I'm going to go on the Beltline. I am going to do a public invitation. I want to get this community on the Beltline with me. I want y'all to come and go on the Beltline with me. So, you're going to see a post, and I'm going to put a date together. And I want y'all to come and Beltline with me. We walk. We'll go and have a little brunch in between our walk. Last week we did 4 miles, and in those 4 miles, I got a little brunch in. So when I finished eating my brunch, when I walked back, when I ate my food, I was really full. By the time I got back to my car, I had to walk that thing back off. So I am publicly giving you all an invitation. The Beltline, if you've never been to the Beltline here in Atlanta, Georgia, is really a scenery. It's a vibe. So you're going to see a post coming on a date that I'll officially say, hey, y'all, come on, as part of our self-care. Come on out and enjoy this social time with me as we walk off some things and clear our minds and just do stuff as a community. So happy Sunday. I love you and have an outstanding self-care day and week. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.